Welcome to the channel and Medieval Kingdom Wars, and in this video we're going to talk about research which was introduced as part of update 29, which dropped on the 29th of September 2017 if you're watching this in the future. Now I'm going to start with a couple of proviso, guys. If you are watching this in the future, I'm recording this on the 2nd of October 2017. Things may change because this game is still in early access and this is the first release of research, so I can almost guarantee you there's going to be a certain amount of refinement. So if you watch it in the future, that's a warning. The second proviso, guys, is that I've played a short campaign and I've been messing around with research, but obviously I haven't unlocked all the research, so please be aware that this I may recommend a couple of researches which I think are quite useful, but I think at the moment we're all in the same boat. We're all learning how it works, how it's effective, and from that, well, I'll just explain the mechanics to you. Now, what I will give you just a bit of grounding for any of you guys who played the game before, or anyone who's never played the game and want to understand what I'm talking about. If I click on the army here,
standing ready,
and I click on train units, what you will see now is that before the update, all the top level units like this Chevalier Cav, Feudal Knights, and some cows and sheep, and the artillery was all completely unlocked. You could sit here and you could recruit, with as long as you had the gold, you could recruit a reasonable army here. But with just by clicking on these and recruiting them, as you can see now, at the moment I've got a fairly basic army, but I think what I will do is recruit a baseman into it. The reason I'm doing that is simply because the AI seems to want to come down and attack me. So I may have to kind of drop out during the video and defend myself. And the other thing I'm going to show you guys is we're just going to go into the city. So here we are in the city, guys, and of course I've got to give my
this time. Swing
serfs
those
some
axes,
work.
fellas. Get hammering, lads.
And give 3 sets of serfs,
Making
get them
into
working,
logs,
and of
my
course what
lord.
we're going to do is build a barn. And again, this has nothing to do with research, guys, but what you will notice is the fact that you don't get the same level of resources. It takes more now to build buildings and build things up. So compared to what it was before, you've now got to work a bit more to build your cities up. But while the barn's building, I'm just going to show you guys, in here you've got research. If I click here, there's no research at all. Now that doesn't mean the game's broken. What this is what's called temporary research, which will make sense in a minute when I actually go back. So what we're going to do is just escape out. I think we can just let this barn, I just want this barn to build up first before I actually finish. So what I'll probably do is just cut the video here and I'll see you once the barn is finished. Right guys, the barn's now finished, and I click on it. Again, if you've played the game before, update 29, you will be aware that you used to be able to recruit chickens, pigs, sheep and cattle, but now you can see here all you get is chickens and pigs to start with, and I'll probably recruit a few pigs while I'm actually doing this. And you can still upgrade the buildings. I'm not going to upgrade the buildings, and again the research tree is empty. The local research tree is empty. And just let those pigs get built before I actually exit out. I think I've got the resources now to build a iron camp, get that underway so that we can actually improve our defences. And the pigs have just come trotting out there. There we are. Right, so what I'm going to do now is go back to the main menu and we'll have a look at what research is really all about now. So here we are, guys, we're on the map. Nobody's attacking me. And to access the research, you can click on the steward, who bows very politely to us. And you can see this is the research menu, as you call it. And now across the top, you've got all these special resources, which are books, epic. Now you can win these resources or the cash. So I get a feeling this is an early indicator of the economy. And I really hope that we'll be able to build some of this stuff over time or trade for it or something like that. because obviously when we do the research here, if you come down here, you can see the resources that are built. But at the moment, the only way you can actually get them is actually by buying them. But of course, at the moment, because the economy isn't that strong, the only way you can really get good quality gold is by actually going out and fighting battles. Now, and you can see here the way it goes is, I think the release note says there's 120 research, and it seems to be split: domestic, diplomacy, trade, tactics, research. I think this is just general research across the top: town, economy, defense, common military, advanced military, and siegecraft. And I must admit, some of the descriptions are a little bit, I'm not too sure, but what I am going to do is research implement fletching, and it just says here just craft. I mean, and then obviously if I click here and gain, that unlocks Crossbowmen. And now what I am going to do, guys, is show you one that's probably one of the most useful researches to do straight away, and this is this one here, and it says here permanently research work boots increase the movement and speed of your serfs. Now that is probably one of the most useful ones I've actually found, and I'm being derogatory about the rest, but that actually does speed up your resource capability, and you do need to get your resource up and running now a lot more quicker than you used to do, simply because, especially if you play a faction with small settlements, the AI is a bit more aggressive. They've also got slightly more powerful armies now, so life can get a bit interesting. And another good one to unlock is if you unlock this one, which aren't there, and then what you can do there. And of course what you see now is you can't craft it, it's gone X. So what I've got to do here is actually go up here and buy, but you don't buy one, you seem to get tens, which is quite good as well. And I think I'm just going to unlock that for demonstration purposes. You don't have to do it. And I think that's about it. And if I kind of click back now and we click on the army and I click here, I've got a bit of cash. You can see I can now recruit crossbowmen. Cannot afford. Wow. Why does it say I cannot afford a crossbowman? This is 309. Oh, I've got 158. Okay, let's cancel that and collect the taxes. They won't like it, but
take to their
midships, Countess of France has fallen thing. So we have to watch that. And I can now recruit a crossbow unit into here. It's taken a lot of my cash, which is a bit unfortunate, but I'm not going to play this to a conclusion on the campaign. Now, what I am going to do now, guys, is go into the city. And here we are, guys. We're back in the city. And got... It's my iron camp. My stone camp goes. I thought I built a stone camp. Okay. That might be interesting. Anyway. But what you'll see now is these guys actually move a bit quicker and they gather the resources faster, and that makes a big difference. And what I will show you now, as you can see, because I've done the research, I've now got the ability to recruit pigs. We've got plenty of food, so let's train some pigs. And above, also, I've opened up this research now. And this is quite interesting. It says temporary research milk preservation. Now, I'm not too sure what temporary research actually means, but if you kind of look here, it says research selective breeding, research butchery, research animal husbandry, and milk preservation. These seem to be the same researches that actually appear on the top level, and the same applies here. If I click research here, oh no, I haven't unlocked the manor. Okay, I didn't unlock the manor. Oh, I thought I'd done it, but never mind. And you can see now we've got, that was unusual. And if I click here, these are just upgrades, but we've now got this research here. You can see, well, I don't know if you can actually see if these guys move faster, but so if you go here, so if you want to improve your food, and bearing in mind these do not use the special resources at the top, so slaughter rate increases the maximum food from your lot, so animal husbandry. So what we could do is increase that, and that just gets researched in the same way. And if I research that animal husbandry, and it says temporary, I think that actually probably means local, because I got a feeling that might just apply to Orleans. So if anyone knows, guys, please tell me, because it's a bit difficult, as I say, at the moment. We're still kind of working out how things go. The one thing I will say is that I don't know if this keeps increasing in level, because I technically, I could, as far as I can tell, I could click that again and do it again. It doesn't seem to grey out. Unless temporary means that it's only for a relatively short period of time. So you can see these guys scuttle along. But if there is a time limit, maybe they should tell you what that time limit is. I mean, as far as I know, I can't see it here. I mean, anyway, so let's get back. I mean, that needs a little bit of explanation. I'm sure we're going to work it all out in the future. And here we are, guys. We're back on the map, and if I click on our steward, and if I can find the livestock, and you can see here, these are still haven't moved forward, but if I kind of go across here, you can see animal husbandry. That's the one that increases food maximum, increases surf slaughter rate. Breeding selector help livestock fatten faster. But so there's a kind of duplication, and I would guess that the temporary one only applies to the settlement where it's actually in, or there's a time limit there which isn't revealed. And just to show you guys, the one that I didn't research that unlocks the research in the town hall is this one here where it says town. If you craft that, that's the one I meant to unlock. And just another, I think just before I wind this video up, we'll just have a quick skate through some of them. As far as I can tell, most of these across the top kind of relate to kind of improving research, although it doesn't actually kind of say, or military units. It seems to be a bit of a hodgepodge. And of course town kind of increases their square bracings, allow upgrading levels of mines. So again, there seems to be some increases carrying capacity of the serfs. Now that could be quite a good one to get to, but I don't know how far across that would be. Based on that could be quite some away, but that could be quite useful. And of course you've got the economy here, which builds up organisations to trade, greatly improve purchase goods in market, but of course the economy isn't fully implemented at the moment, so that's there. And defence, this one relates to coal forge. It says they're working with cold metals, increases productivity of smithing, needs the blacksmith, numerous related technologies. So you can see hints there, guys, of the economy coming up in the future. And then if we come across here, and as I say, common military seems to relate to archers and other siege equipment. There's stables. Again, with cavalry you only get basic hobelaires, and also their enhanced ones. So again, it says there, see it says permanently research flamed arrows, but again that's another temporary tech. And practice shows up quite early if once you've unlocked the archery ground, if I'd built one. And you come across here, but if I flip through here, and it says armies accompanied with supply carts can travel the world slightly faster, so this is related to campaigns. Implement endurance training, success in auto is slightly improved. Increases the world map speed significantly. Increases auto resolve, so this is kind of improving your chances by winning an auto resolve, which could be quite useful. Decreases the cost of your archers. I mean, we could recruit that. That could be quite a useful one to do if you're playing a settlement, a region with small settlements, because you will need to build up your hunters and militias very, very quickly in order to be able to design them. Decreases the cost of range infantry. Improves efficiency of crafting siege equipment. Decreases costs. So some of these are related to cost. And then we got advanced military. So this starts to unlock the church, which allows you to build monks. And then this one, I think, limiting the amount of disease, hospitals, so that actually does it. Common soldiers, the true dedication of the profession allows training of billmen, vogers, and there. So this is the one that, if I craft that and craft that, and you go, oh, I've run out of stuff. Okay. And I probably don't have enough cash for that. So it'd be nice if that was variable. But again, that might change with economy. So this is more to do with the training of vogiers, pikemen, and halberds. You can see here Chevaliers mounted Jeanettes and GNA's Crossbowmen. But as I say, I haven't been able to find about how to recruit Longbowmen. And you've got domestic up here. This is unlocked. As I say, don't take what I'm saying totally for granted, guys. I will be doing a kind of a campaign just to illustrate some of these points. Increases viewing range on world map. That could be useful. Understand lands, advanced formations, and so again, part of researching the tech actually allows you to unlock formations. Because the land requires work, decreasing cost of serfs. So that's here, and of course this relates to slightly increased world ship travel speed. Early scouting terrain allows army camps to be set up before battle begins. That could be quite useful. Navigation allows you to significantly increase the world map ship travel speed. Anyway, I think I've gone on long enough. I think that kind of covers it, guys. I mean this is very, very basic introduction. I am planning on doing a couple of other videos. One I intend to do is related to the upgrades of the minor settlements 1 to 5. Oops, looks like somebody might be coming our way. How big are you? Can't see you to arrive. Frankfurt army is attacking. Okay. Is he going to attack? He might oblige me with a war. He'll probably attack my army first, which is a bit annoying. And you kind of come and stand in the centre, then you wait. Yeah. Yeah, well, we should win this. We'll just auto-resolve it. It says here, dies, market value of 350, permanent colours of uniform with flag. So it says dies time 8. And you can see we've now got some cash from defeating that. Oh, here comes somebody else. Okay, we'll just auto-resolve that. And this shows the importance of actually building your settlements up. And you can see here we've now made another. We've made some more cash. And it's interesting as well. I know this has got nothing to do with research, guys, but if you station your army inside of your settlement, they seem to attack the army first. So while the army can't fight with the garrison, you can defend a settlement by sticking your army in the centre of it. And if your army's built up, so again, it's just to show guys, because I've got this army quite built up. So it's a kind of defence technique which you can use in the early game when you've got started, that you can build your army up by recruiting cheap units, you know, some militia and some bowmen, to build up an army so that you can defend a settlement until it's up and running and got its own defences. But that's a complete aside. I apologise for that, guys. It's got nothing whatsoever to do with research. But I think this is where I'm going to leave it. I don't think there's anything else I can talk about. I wanted to keep this very short and to the point, just to give you guys an oversight of what the new research mechanism is. Again, I'll finish with the proviso that there's a good chance that will change over time as the devs get feedback. The devs are very, very good. They seem to take on board people's comments and feedback, which I think is great. And I think on that note, guys, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.